Sita being a great mother is the amazing son which she's got, Sriraghav Shankar. He is a rank holder at Anna University he did his BTech there. He studied his MS at the National University of Singapore. He is in the chemical industry for the past 13 years. And he's also an entrepreneur who started the sports movement, coaching hundreds of children in Austin, USA. Besides that, he's a certified umpire recognized by the Asian Cricket Council and the West Indian Cricket Council. And passionate individual who works day and night. He says, I don't have time. But even then, with all the efforts of Karma Yoga which has been put into him, he's going to talk about the book and his mother. So please welcome with a big round of applause, Sriraghav Shankar on stage.
Thanks so much, Mr. Rajdeep. I'm super happy to be here. I'm so lucky that our trip to India coincided with this function. And to follow in the footsteps of Mr. Ramendra, I think he was super poetic and smooth. I'll try my best to just go along those footsteps. A couple of months back, when my mom told me that this event was going to happen and then she was going to release the book, that's the first time I knew that a book was coming. And she asked me if I would like to say a few words about the book or about her. I was like, okay, so let's do that, right? And this is the first time I'm holding the book. I haven't even gone through it. I don't know what's inside. I don't know what my mother's written about. I did contribute a couple of pages, yes, but apart from that, I'm in total ignorance about what's inside here, right? So what I'm going to speak about is what I've learned from mom over the last many years in my life so far, and what I will take from those lessons and pass on to our son and future generations as well. So the first one is, while growing up, I think my brother and I, we got what we wanted, right? We were never deprived of anything. We had a solid education. We were into different activities and hobbies, be it cricket or table tennis, which I played for a long time, music, art, painting, whatever. We always got all those things from mom and dad. But later we realized that it wasn't very easy for them to give us all those things, right? It was always a challenge. They had to work really hard to give us those things. We never knew that while growing up. So the first thing I learned from them was the importance of hard work and sheer determination to get what you want. And that's probably been the biggest lesson. If you want something, go get it, right? It's not going to come to you. So that's the biggest lesson I've learned from them. The second thing is, as a family, we've gone through different cities. We've lived in different countries, mom and dad especially. They've gone through different jobs, different situations, ups and downs like everyone else. But I think mom's biggest strength there was the flexibility and the adaptability with which she faced those situations. And the fact that she took a lot of positives out of everything that came out, right? I even remember when mom and dad had to relocate to another country, we had our elderly grandmother living with us, and we had to relocate her as well to a completely different continent. And that wasn't easy at that age. And at the same time, I was going through really bad knee surgery, and I was out for 5 years from playing cricket and doing the things I love. And she even found the time to come visit me and take care of me for 6 weeks while I couldn't walk. I don't know how she does all those things. The fact that she was able to adapt to different situations and take the positives from it. And like one of them mentioned before, the law of attraction, she makes things work for herself. I'm still learning as to how to get that done from her. I think I have the best teacher in learning that aspect of life. So I learned flexibility and adaptability. Adaptability to different situations from mom. Growing up, since I was born, I always knew my dad and my mom to be working parents. They were working, both of them had work outside the house. And also inside the house, they did their share of work equally. I never once, I even remember that when mom used to work in the evenings, my dad used to make dosas for me. That was amazing. I still, today prefer mom's, dad's dosas over mom's. And I remember Yuvan liking my dosas as well. So I grew up in a household that was equal. I grew up in a household that was really feministic. and that's something I've learned, and that's helping me in my life right now. In our household, back in the US, we follow the same thing. I take those lessons and apply, and I'm glad that our son, looks at that, and every time we cook meal, he asks me and asks my wife, who did the cooking today? So, I think that's a really big positive in terms of being raised in an equal and feministic household. One more thing, while doing all this, I've never once felt that mom did not put family first. She always put us first. She always put dad first. I think the household was always first. I don't remember not taking lunch to school even once. I don't remember my mom giving me 50 rupees and saying, I have a meeting today, so go buy your food outside. I always had food taken care of. I always had our stuff taken care of every single day. And I think that prioritization is something we talk a lot about today, but I think every household should have that, and I was lucky that mom always put us first over everything that happened outside the house. So prioritization is a big learning that I took from the way I grew up, from the way my parents brought my brother and I up. So that's something, the entire concept of the physical, mental, and emotional well-being is something we grew up with, and I'm glad to say that I believe we have it, I believe I have it, I believe my brother has it, and I think that helps us in going forward in trying to achieve whatever we want to achieve. And that's something that will stick with us, and that's something that we, as a parent, me and my brother, and especially me right now because I'm standing here, I will pass on to my future generation as well. So that's been the biggest learning that I've taken from my parents and especially my mom as we grew up. So I hope you read the book. I hope you enjoy it as much as I will when I eventually get to read it, hopefully tonight. And I hope you take whatever learnings that you can take and apply it in your life. Thank you so much.